Hi everyone, welcome to the 420 Smoke Room. Today we have eflow here. He is a rapper. We had a few little mess ups with our previous recording, so I edited this in. We're going to pick up where our recording left off. So thank you for understanding and working with us. That's what happens when you're live and you pre-record. Glitches and things happen, but welcome to the show.
I used to have all kinds of music in there, and me in my youth, I was just like a sponge. I used to be soaking up anything I could hear, so I'd always be listening to his music. And eventually, I found out that I was really, really good with words. Like I said, the level that I have, just rhyming is always just part of it. But I actually have written a lot of poems and a lot of literature, something that I was real special at in school. I might not have been that good at math, but I was always good at English. It's just something I could just always do. But it's just always been a part of my heart.
That is really good. For those of you on our other platform, we had a little technical delay on the other platform, so they didn't get to hear the beginning. We're here with eflow420. He's a rapper from Texas, for those of you who are just tuning in. He was explaining to us how he got involved into the rap music and industry and what led him there. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had a comment over here on another platform where we had a delay.
That's fine. So do I just start? Do you want to start over? Or?
No, continue. Go forward.
Okay. Yeah. So as I got further on with the music and I got older, I just started to go to different parties and we would freestyle at the parties and I always just got a hype about it. Just something about that moment. Whenever you just drop a line and everybody just hear a crowd just that was just something that always drove me. And that feeling right there is what motivated me to continue on in the music industry. And I've had my hiccups here and there with my criminal backgrounds and all this other things, you know what I'm saying? But the music, the love of the music has always been there for me. I've been up, I've been all the way down, in a cell. I've been, with nothing in my name, but the music in my heart has always been there. And I feel like that's what God put in my path for a reason. It's just something that's always consistent is the music in my heart. And that's something I always stick with no matter what.
Yeah, I like that. That's like true passion and true drive.
Yes.
So,
yes, it is.
What got you involved with the 420 part of your rap name? How does that work?
Well, me and my older brother, we both were diagnosed with ADHD. You know what I mean? We've always had a problem. That's something that I always had. This problem with me, as explained for myself, I could never really keep my mind on one thing. Everything just seemed like it was just going too fast, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't ever very good at math, But, it was just something that always bothered me. So, being honest, between me and him, smoking marijuana has always been something that just helped calm my brain, helped me take things down a notch and step for step. Also, me, speaking for myself, I grew up, in a single mother household. My dad and my mom split when I was 2 years old. And I've gone through a lot of hardships in my life, which has led to a lot of depression. I suffer from mass depression. And the music is another thing that just, it takes me away from all of that. It's my getaway from that. And honestly, that's some other thing that marijuana has always done for me. It's always just helped me to clear my mind and let me focus on the task at hand instead of having anxiety and things to deal with, that go on in my everyday life.
Oh, I totally relate.
I don't take any medication. I don't take any medication at all. I never have. I've never been into pills. I think that is just a horrible way to numb the human brain. And the addictions to pills, I stand very firmly against that. My brother, he got really bad on hydrocodone and he started to have ghost pains and all kinds of things. So I've seen the bad side of what that can do. And I've never myself ever wanted to go through that. So I just don't take pills. I don't even take Tylenol. I just don't. I don't think that's good. I just every once in a while smoke me a joint and feel good about the day. You know what I mean?
No, I'm totally with you. I ditched pharmaceuticals as well for cannabis, and I don't really take Tylenol or anything either. I totally feel like cannabis does everything I need, that I don't need any form of over-the-counter or pharmaceutical medications. But that, again, is just me, but I feel like that's you and I are on the same page with that.
Sure, no doubt. I really feel like marijuana really does give you everything that you really truly need as far as stabilizing you and getting your mind to where it needs to be in order to be creative. That's another thing that I always used it for was to create on the moment. You know, when I was gonna make a song or something, there's just something about that gives me an edge, I feel, and helps to take. It's really just to clear my mind because I always have so much going on in my brain. I'm very, very, very OCD. I always making sure everything's perfect. It's very bad. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's why I haven't released as much music as I'm supposed to have because I'm the biggest critic on my music, and I always want it to be perfect. And as far as everything else, you know what I mean? I know nothing can be perfect, but if it can be there, that's what I try to get it to, you know?
Yes, our version of perfect is always. Sometimes it's too much, though.
Exactly.
Sometimes we're too hard on ourselves because, like you said, you're your biggest critic. So my real advice is just push it out there, and if you don't like it, repo it. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like you have full
Right.
run and say of your own music.
Well,
So at this point, you
well,
can
the way,
determine what stays out or what doesn't stay out. You know?
yeah, a good friend of mine, he just said to me that he just because you don't like it, don't mean somebody else won't. You
Very
know what I'm saying?
true.
So that's what you got to put it as. You just put it out there, and somebody's gonna like it. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna enjoy it, and that's the way I always thought about my music. You know? So
Most definitely. So what led you like what type of music exactly is that? I know you do rap and stuff, but what genre or era or like what type of like would you
I
refer
really,
it to?
I really speak on a lot of see music for me. You know, when I was growing up, I just chose rap. It isn't, and it's not necessarily the only type of music I listen to or what I enjoy or what has made my heart feel special. I just chose rap to vent to do because I like the rhyming process. That's something I've always liked. You know, it's something it kind of just like helps me use all my literature abilities. You know what I mean? I write music for country stars as well. I write music for R&B as well. But this is my stage, and the reason why I've always enjoyed this stage is just I don't know. You can go all the way back to NWA and all that. You know, I just like the attitude behind it, the pushing, and you know I've been in my own bad spots, you know, criminally, and I've been in situations. You know, I've gotten better now as a man. You know what I mean? I got my children, of course, so I always carry myself in a different light, but that's not always who I was. You know, and that's what I rap about. I rap about my life, what I've seen, what I've gone through. You know, in and out of the prison system, whatever. You know, that's what I choose to talk about. But like I said, it's not the only not the only thing that goes on in my brain. You know, I don't want anybody to think that I'm
No, no,
small-minded.
no,
I'm just a
not
stud.
at all.
You know what I mean?
Just trying to get
Because
a
when
feel for what type of music it is, what type of rhymes, or what drives you to pull your rhymes together, or where do you get that? Like, that's all. Just trying to get a sense of
no,
who
no,
you
no,
are
I understand.
lyrically, not
Nah, I
full.
always said that when people see me, because I have a mass following on Snapchat and all this, and I always think to them, and I always think to them, and these people really don't truly get to know you through these small little video clips. You feel me? And really get to like dig into your brain and see what kind of person you really are on what kind of level intellectually that you're really speaking on.
No, but
You
if you
know, and
feel like that, this would be your opportunity or chance in the future, or the things you
for
put out
sure,
to broadcast that, and make sure when you market and
yes, ma'am.
advertise yourself that you put what you do want out there for the public to know. So if you feel like they're not learning, this or that about you through these other platforms, this is where those
Yeah,
opportunities come forth for you to get those images or messages across that
yeah.
you would hope to in a larger form. If
For
that,
sure. I've also thought about opening a blog, maybe like a YouTube blog, and starting something like that with video capturing. That's another thing that I've been thinking about venturing into in order to get my personality more out there instead of just hearing the rhymes and them just
yeah,
something to help you stand out. You know what I mean? Because there's so much music going on right now. Man, there's like a new rapper every single day.
you're
It ain't no
absolutely
lie.
right. But YouTube is
It ain't
really
no lie.
a
So
good platform, and YouTube has a lot of more options as well. And if you do a following, like you said, you're recording and documenting your way, what you're doing and how you're doing it, how it comes together as a whole. That'll give your fans more
yeah,
of an understanding of who you are and where you come from and how you
sure.
accumulated it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's exactly what I want to. Is I really want to really touch my fans and really have them really discover who I am as an individual. You know what I mean? The things that I've been through in this life. From all the way from my childhood to now. I mean, I feel like I've lived 3 lifetimes already. I really do. I mean, I've gone through a lot of stressful moments. I lost my mother. About 3 years ago. And that's still tough to deal with as well. I wish she would have been around to see me getting better and bigger into music. That's something I always told her when I was a kid that I always was very interested in. And she didn't really get to see the good parts of it. Get to see me on stage and all that. She contacted cancer, so you know, we lost her about 3 years ago. But like I said,
I'm sorry, by the way, to hear.
that's the one
I'm
thing.
listening.
It's okay. It really is okay. Like I tell people all the time, I say, it's not like losing your parent, but you know what I mean. Like I just it feel like it was a little bit too early. I'll be real. I wish she would have stuck around a little bit longer, but when God calls, He calls. So I can't really fight that no more. I just kind of just live with it in my peace. And that's another thing that drives me as well is just the fact that life is too short. Life is not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. So my mom was only 40 something years old. She was only like 48 yet. So I mean, life isn't promised, like I said. So
no, and I'm so sorry to hear. If you don't mind me asking, what type of cancer was it? If you don't mind.
Well, the thing about it is it was a tumor that got into her spine, like in the top of her neck, where her skull connected to her spine, okay. And the tumor itself got cancer. So it was such a sensitive spot that they couldn't really surgically remove it. Mm-hmm. So she eventually lost all movement to her limbs, and then she just gave up the will to live. To be honest.
Okay.
I think that's what ended up happening. So really, it wasn't a cancer for certain, but it was a tumor that was cancerous that caused the whole thing. And really, it was just out of nowhere. It was just a spring of a bad situational moment.
Yes, it definitely sounds like a horrible, tragic moment in time to go through.
Sure.
So my sympathy is definitely with you and your family, and my condolences.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome. So I have a question. Is there a way that you could, while we're live here, play some of your music? Like, do you have another phone or computer where you could play a little bit of something for us so we could hear a little bit of your one of your tracks, maybe?
I don't right now. To be honest, I don't.
I have another phone I could have brought down with me. I wish I would have thought that far ahead. I didn't.
It's okay. I just tell them where they can reach it.
Yeah. So definitely. Yeah.
So my name is. So yeah, my name is eflow420. You can search me on any platform: iTunes, YouTube, Spotify. My music comes from my heart. I speak nothing but facts. That's what I really pride myself on, is telling the truth about my life and telling the truth about the situations that I've seen growing up. My eyes have seen a lot of different things in this life, and when I start to write, I come from a poetic background. I don't just spit pointless rhymes. It's gonna have to mean something to me. And it's just like a tattoo. Tattoo has a meaning. That's the way I treat the rhymes. So, yeah, if you just search eflow420, especially on my Instagram, there's a lot of freestyles on there that I do. And that's really how I made my name. It was through those. So it's just get the time, you go check it out. And I always like to hear feedback from fans or anybody that's interested and wanting to know more about me. You can just hit me on my email. It's flowster2122@gmail.com. Or you can look me up, like I said, on any platform. That's Snapchat, Facebook, anything, eflow420. You type it in. I patent that name, so you're always going to reach me no matter if you put it in.
Okay, that's awesome. I look forward to hearing more of your music. I actually listened to a couple of the songs that you and I had that you sent me, and I liked them.
Yes, ma'am.
I do like what you got going on over there. I definitely want to support and continue supporting your ventures as you grow. Now, I know you mentioned you wrote songs for other people. Is there any songs that we would know who you wrote for, or would you could you share that information?
No, it's been a couple of local artists. Okay. I ghostwrite for a couple of local artists, but really, those songs haven't been released. There's another country star that's in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I grew up half my life. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. So there's another country artist out there that I'm working with right now, but that music hasn't been released yet. But whenever it does, I'll make sure to put it out there. I have a fan page that I'm starting up as well, trying to patent the names and whatnot, and trying to put the information that's on there. But you can look me up on hold on one second. On UnitedMasters.com, and it has a lot of my information on there as well, as far as songs that I've written and helped produce.
United Masters. I definitely will look into that. I want to continue following you as you grow and keep my eyes on what you got going on. I definitely think that, and if you do a YouTube, I definitely would subscribe to that and see you as you continue to grow. I know this segment here that we're doing now isn't going to be that long because in a moment, him and I together are going to be on Weekspeek. So for those of you who aren't in Weekspeek on Relevant yet, you should definitely head over there because at 5 o'clock we will be, well, 5 o'clock Michigan time. I'm not sure what time it'll be in your time zone, but we'll be live over there as well. And we have a different type of segment going on over there than what we just kind of discussed here. So definitely you guys should tune in. I do have another question or two before we kind of end this one.
Sure.
Um, who was it that has been your biggest support system and has like believed in you the most through your dreams and have encouraged you to continue?
Over the years, it's been a mixture between my father and my older brother, who's in prison right now. He believes in me a lot. I've got different friends of mine that have stayed next to me, and sometimes I have I guess you would say everybody has moments whenever they don't really truly believe. You know what I mean? You got to kind of dig deep to look past all the negatives, and I have multiple people that stand there for me like that. You know what I mean? But really, I really owe everything to God. That's who's kept me free. That's who's kept me going good and kept me spiritually right in order for me to be successful and positive in this life. And that's honestly where I get everything from. I get it from there. I take all my energy from the Lord and I apply it. And I apply it in this life. And I just stay positive as much as I possibly can.
Well, I like that answer a lot. Well, normally my next question would kind of be to the group of people or person. Would you want to give them like a thank you or a little speech if they were listening? But yours is guys. But you also could choose a few people at this time if you like so and give them like a little shout out and thank you. And you can also thank God too. I mean, that's awesome. No, I don't mind. So I mean, whatever you choose. But if you want to give some people who have been there for you through those trials and tribulations along the way, you're more than welcome.
Well, yes. I'd like to thank you for allowing me to come on this show. Actually, my friend Scott White is the one who put my information to your information. So, and I owe him a big thank you as well.
Yes,
And
he's a nice guy. He's very awesome. I love his vibe and his flow and what he's got going on with his whole channel as well.
yeah, he's got something he's trying to promote himself, and he's always talking about peaceful matters. You know what I mean? So that's why I always stuck to him. I actually known him as a kid. Went to school with me whenever we were younger.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I met him. It was just so I've known him a real long time. He's always been a good-hearted guy.
Yeah, he seems a really good character from the time that I've known him
Sure.
through social media.
For sure. But yeah, of course, I'd like to thank my father, Cruz Flores, and I'd like to thank everybody who listens to my music. Anybody that searches my name, or anybody that even listens to the music and gets just that moment of fire in their heart that and I caused that. That's enough joy in the world for me. I don't ever care if I make $1. I don't care. This is not about that for me. It's about the music touching the heart of somebody and giving them inspiration in order for them to follow their dream. That's all I. That's my whole reason for doing this.
That's what's up. That's what it's supposed to be about. And that's how you know you're going to make it more, even further than what you already have, because it's a true passion and something when you wake up doing what you love every day, it's not the same as waking up and going to a 9 to 5 or running a corporate job. It's
Right.
completely different. And the feeling is different. And the sense of accomplishment is completely different. And the rewards at the end are completely different. So I definitely think that you're going to make it. 100% all the way as far as you can possibly go and then farther. The
Yes.
passion is what drives, and that's what's going to get you there, and that's what's going to make you stand out more than other people who are just doing it for likes or statuses or glory and not the
Yeah.
actual reason or the passion. And by you writing your own lyrics, there's no way that you can fail because you're just writing what you feel, and so many people
Yeah.
feel similar things that it's so hard not to relate to others
Yeah.
when you're writing what you feel.
Sure. That's how I always felt about it.
Yeah.
That's that moment of connection. Whenever you listen to a song and something pops up in there that you're going through, it always touches your heart. And that's what I try to do whenever I write the music. Especially connecting with those fans, the ones that are going through a hard time. Man.
Yeah, so I appreciate you for coming on for the 420 Smoke Room, and I'm definitely going to get my other device ready so when we get on Weedspeak, I can maybe play a little bit of your music. So for anyone who wants to hear his music, check out where he's at or listen to our next podcast that will be live on Weedspeak. And then later I'll re-air it on other platforms as well. But first we'll be live on Weekspeek in about a half hour or so. So if you guys want to tune in then, we would very much appreciate it. And then you can learn a little bit more about his cannabis side, more about his state, maybe the medical laws there, his music. You can hear his music. We'll have a couple different things going on over there on that podcast. That one will roughly be about 45 minutes to an hour long. So definitely tune in and be ready at 5.
Thank you so much, Krista.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I will see you then.
Okay,
All right,
sounds good.
all right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.